you know. They're living on an island. I was living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Andy, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
Wow.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard till the sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. Yeah, living on Long Island. And you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Let's live.
Hey there, Islanders. If you're going out to the beach, you better get an early start. Traffic is miserable.
Well, I'm coming of age, you know, that page, trying to get down in Levittown, dancing in the dark in Floral Park. I think I'll stay in Oyster Bay 'cause I'm living on an island.
And welcome to the Gagootz Show.
Hey.
Yeah, with my special, you know, I always have special co-hosts and, you know, especially like guest co-host.
Oh, I thought you meant special like I took the
Well,
little
you're
yellow bus to
special.
school, yeah.
He's special. This is Jeff Goldberg.
Hey.
Say hi to everyone. Hi, Nancy.
Hi,
Hope
Nancy.
you're watching. Anyway, my original guest co-host was supposed to be Helene Witt. But just like the first Gagootz show she was ever on, which was in another studio, she's late. So I hope you're all right, Helene.
We love you,
But,
Elaine. We
so-
love you. Hey, Benny, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What the hell is a Gagootz?
A Gagootz
I grew up. I didn't grow up Italian, but I know it's an Italian. What the hell's a Gagootz?
It's a very long green squash in the squash family, and like a zucchini. When our guest comes on, because I hear him in the other room cursing me out because he's half Sicilian, and he's calling me a testa Gagootz. So Gagootz, anyway.
So is it an insult?
No, a Gagootz is a very long green squash.
So why'd you name your show after a vegetable?
I had a character, I still do, called Alfredo Gagootz. Have you ever seen me do him?
Yeah,
The Italian guy with the
okay,
mustache?
yes.
So I was saying, Alfredo Gagootz, I was yelling to a friend of mine from Sicily. We were working together. And I would say Alfredo Gagootz, and he would laugh. And he would say, you know, if you said that in Palermo or Sicily, about 10 guys would come after you because it's a popular name. So then I did the celebrity chef, Alfredo Gagootz. And it was just a funny... when you do comedy, and one day you'll be funny.
I try.
One day you'll be good at it. So when you do, you know there are joke words and there are words that are funny. Mama Luke is another very funny word, and Gagootz is funny. And as I mentioned our guest, but I'm very rude. We have an awesome guest. Helene's one of our guests, but we have an awesome one.
Yeah.
And Joe Grafano.
Yeah, he's terrific.
He's a great musician. He has his own band and he does original music, but right now he's in a Beatles, what would you call it?
Tribute band. Yeah.
Not a tribute. I wouldn't call it tribute.
Cover band?
Yeah. Like a Beatles.
Yeah, it's the Liverpool Shuffle. They're great. I've seen
the
them.
Liverpool Shuffle. They're awesome. And we have 2 videos of theirs that we're going to show.
Well, nobody loves the Beatles more than me, except maybe Joe and you. And Helene.
And Helene, yeah. Helene actually has pictures with John Lennon
She
and
met
Paul
him,
McCartney.
absolutely.
She met them.
Oh, yeah.
That's very cool.
I first met Helene at an open mic because she's a comedian.
Right.
And I don't know how I think she just brought it up out of nowhere that she loves the Beatles. And the next thing you know, we're chatting for like an hour because we have this shared love. You know, people our age, we grew up with the Beatles.
Did you ever see Paul McCartney live?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you have.
The Beatles are the one band that I wanted to see that I never saw because I
That
was
you
a
never
little
saw,
too young.
right.
But yeah, I've
Ringo,
seen
did you ever see Ringo?
No, I don't care about seeing him.
Yeah, me neither.
I love the drummer, but I don't care about his music that much.
His voice is not
Doesn't
the
do
voice of the other 3. You know?
Other than a little help from my friends, I don't care about it. Octopus's Garden I could live without. But love the Beatles beyond belief. I learned to play guitar because I wanted to be. I kid you not. I grew up in Chicago. I took up guitar and I had this 10-year-old vision that the Beatles would come to Chicago. One of them would get sick, hopefully John, because I would know his parts, and they would say, "Hey, there's this 10-year-old kid who knows he can play with us," and I'd get discovered and I'd be in the Beatles.
Oh, that
didn't happen.
All right, hey. But,
And 50,
do you still play guitar?
I was just going to say, and 60 years later, I still play guitar, but I've been playing like I play for 10 weeks instead of 60 years.
Oh, all right.
Unlike Joe, who's a real musician.
Yeah, Joe's really good. We're going to actually see, and Helene Witt is here. We bring them both out together. after we talk a little more. So I called you special, and one of the reasons is you never watched the friggin' show. I said to you, but yeah, and I asked you to come, and you're like, cool, you know, and I gave you a few days' notice, or, you know,
I think you contacted me
24 hours.
yesterday.
So you could have like said, oh, let me take a look at what this show is.
Benny, I trust you. You know, I know you're a funny comedian. I know you're a
Oh,
good
thank
guy.
you. Thank you.
I figured that you couldn't steer me too far wrong. And what the heck? Who's watching?
Yeah, that's
Are
right.
there
Yeah.
10 million people watching? You know, I know I do a podcast that goes out live, and you know, if 5 people are watching, that's probably a lot. Maybe more watch on the replay.
No,
but-
actually, the Gagootz show has a great audience, and it's my audience is very much like me. I'll watch it later. I'll watch it. So we generate, and through like in a couple of weeks, we'll go from 5 or 6 views to 180, 200,
Nice.
which still, you know, wouldn't even tap the Nielsen ratings. It wouldn't even be a.
Right. So I don't watch the show, but I do pay attention to your posts on Facebook, so I know who you're having on and all that stuff. I mean, look, I know a lot of the people that you have on because we're a small community.
Yeah,
I'm on,
yeah.
You know,
and
all the comedians know each other. All of us make fun
and
of each other.
local comedians, the Long Island comedians, they're a bunch of whores. So
Thank you. That's me. Yes, right here.
So they'll come on the show, or if you're doing, you know, I hate these 10 comic shows. I'm sorry.
You and me
6
both.
is like my limit. 5 or 6, and that's a
3
lot.
is the best.
3 is the best, or 4. But these 10, 11, 12, and what happens is other comics who aren't booked that night will go to that show, and they're not there to say hello. They're not there to say hi. They're like, you think you can put me up? It's like, I got 15 friggin' comics. I can't, you know.
Yeah. The challenge
And
is,
then
you know,
they're like, well, I got a really nice joint you might want. I'm like, all right, I'll put you up second, okay?
yeah. Well, actually, when you texted me last night, of course, I was sitting home, stoned, watching TV, and I'm like, oh, TV show. Well, I know Benny. Benny likes to get high, and he's like, yeah, what the heck? I got nothing else to do because all I'd be doing right now is sitting with my dog and getting high and watching TV. So
Yeah,
I'm
all right.
happy to be here with you. And,
Oh, TV's so boring. I'm more of a library guy. I don't go as much as I would like to, but
to the library.
oh yeah, I love the library.
I
There's
don't
so
go
much
to
you
the
can
library.
do. Yeah, there's so
I still buy books. I love buying books. In fact, I just finished rereading an amazing book. If you're looking for a book to read, Project Hail Mary. It's in the theaters.
yeah, yeah.
you
So I
read the
just
book?
saw it over the weekend. No, I
Don't tell
didn't.
me about it.
No, my son read the book.
I'm
And then he
hoping
saw
that
it.
the movie is as good as the book because it was one of the best books I've read in a
Can
long
I say
time.
one thing then?
As long as it's not a spoiler. I mean, I know what
No,
happens.
no spoiler.
Go
but
ahead.
my son read the book, and my son saw it already 1.5 times because he has that pass to get into movie theater. So he went into the theater and to see one movie, and then he left and watched another like 40 minutes of
Right.
Project Hail Mary. He says they did a great job adapting it.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy.
Okay, that's the only thing I'll
Because
tell
that usually is not the case. I,
He
mean,
said-
I think the exception is Lord of the Rings. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings freak. I've read that 13 times over the years, and they did an amazing job of taking those books and turning them into movies. So
And they cut out characters. They did.
they cut out some things. They couldn't get in everything. Like you don't hear about Tom Bombadil, who's a big, an important character, not a main character, but he's one. Have you read those books?
I read the second one there.
The Fellowship, the Two Towers. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, one of them, yeah.
Yeah, but there are some people who are in the books that
Yeah.
aren't in the movies, and my youngest daughter is a freak for Lord of the Rings, and she gets upset. Why isn't this guy in it? Why is he saying that? You know, she gets really
Right.
pissed off, and I'm just like, well, it's artistic license, and you know,
When they make a film, same thing. Dune right now. Did you read the Dune books?
of course.
Okay,
Great books.
I just read Frank Herbert's. I didn't read his son.
No, I didn't read
Yeah.
his.
So I read the 5 Frank Herbert books.
Yeah.
And I almost after Children of Dune, which was longer than it has to be. His books are longer than they have to be, except for Dune Messiah.
Yeah. Now
But
they
the
did a
last
terrible job with those first movies, but the newer ones, they're really good.
They're good. They cut out stuff but there's stuff that there's they did away with Thufir Hawat, the Mentat.
Yeah.
They like blew him off. And other. I thought they were going to get into that stuff, but yeah, I guess they're doing a good job for a film. Riding the Worm is part 2 is worth just watching.
Of course.
More did Ride the
Worm
Worm,
rides,
but
yeah, I hear
I
you.
have a lot of criticism to that. Anyway, back to music and the Beatles. We all love the Beatles. You've seen Paul McCartney. I saw Paul McCartney in 2009 over at Citi Field.
Yeah, I saw him
Great
with
show.
Wings. Was that the Billy Joel show?
That was the weekend.
last
That
Shay?
was a weekend, but no, not the Shay. And then Billy Joel showed up at Citi Field for one of those shows over the weekend. But I caught the Monday show. I caught the last one.
Because the last one, the very last show was filmed, and Paul McCartney showed up at the very end.
Well-
I was actually invited to go to that show. Somebody said, "Hey, I've got an extra ticket. Do you want to come?" I said, "I've seen Billy Joel a million times, and it's hot and humid out. I don't want to sit outside at Shea Stadium." And of course, later on, I watched him and I'm like, "Oh, I could have seen Paul doing my favorite song of the Beatles. I saw her standing there." There you go. Excuse us while Becky takes a message.
We actually went a little bit more than 7 minutes, but it was so much fun. I'm glad you know what the Gagootz show is about and you have an idea of what a Gagootz is. And I make a great stew with it. I'll have to show you a picture later after the show. All right. Now we're going to go to a video of the Liverpool Shuffle.
Awesome.
And we're going to show a video, and then Joe Rafano, because he's half Sicilian, and Helene Witt are both going to show up onto this show
Perfect
right after
timing.
this video.
Perfect. Let's
I'm
do it.
Alfredo Gagootz. I love you.
Close your eyes. I'll pretend that I'm the next time listen. All my Close your eyes. All my
And here we are with our guests, Joe Rafano and Helene Witt. Helene is blaming me. She's saying I told her to get here at.
No, my fault. I apologized.
I said 6:45. You found that? Yes. She doesn't want to admit it.
I thought it was for your birthday party when I saw the text. I thought it was an old message.
Okay.
I'm old and senile,
All right.
Oh yeah.
but I have my Beatles socks and my Beatles shirt.
Yeah, you're all Beatled out. You're all three big Beatles fans, and your band. I'm going to see them this Saturday night.
Oh, cool.
I'm going.
At the
My
Bayway
wife
Arts
and
Center.
I at the Bayway Arts Center in East Islip.
Yeah.
So that flyer was actually at the end of the video that we just showed, and we're gonna put the flyer up again later.
Oh, very cool. Thank you
But,
very much. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's the 28th,
Yes.
and then
Tuesday night, the 31st,
Tuesday night, the 31st.
we're being inducted into the Legends of Long Island Music.
That is so awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is
I
awesome.
want to
That
go
is-
see your
And
band.
people ask me about it. I'm like, what do you say? I mean, the band was formed. I formed the band 23 years ago. I mean, you start a band and you hope that people pay attention and they come and see you and all of that. So when I got the call, I said, I guess somebody was paying. Somebody must have been paying attention.
You
I
guys
mean,
are very good.
I was shocked. I mean,
Good.
I played with famous people. I played all over the world, but the Liverpool Shuffle was, my baby. And it was a fun thing. I loved the Beatles. I saw the Beatles, as a matter of fact, in '66. I was 14.
Wow.
I saw them at the Second Shea Stadium concert. But,
Oh, cool.
I really enjoyed doing it, but I never thought of it on the level, of like being inducted into this Hall of Fame thing they have.
Now,
So-
is this part of the?
No,
Long
there's
Island-
two of them. There's this is the local one, I guess, because the one that encompasses everybody. All the serious people are in that one. People like Billy Joel and all the famous comedians and actors and Ray
Yeah.
Romano, all these type of people.
Wow.
I guess we don't rate with those guys.
Joe, are there some Beatles songs that you don't like playing, or some that you prefer to play? You have a favorite Beatles song?
Honestly, the ones that we do play, I pretty much enjoy playing all of them. I mean, it's being in a local band. There's constraints. I mean, if you're playing, we don't really play nightclubs anymore. It's more concerts nowadays. But when we played in nightclubs, we had to play dance music. People wanted to rock out and want to drink a few drinks and get crazy, and you had to have a few love songs in there so the guys could get close to the women they were trying to take home that night. But when you play concerts, you get to pick, more. It's more stylistic, like we do a Sgt. Pepper show where we do nothing but that era of music.
Okay.
And the music from the album, and we do a John Lennon tribute where we do his music and his solo music, because people want to come and sit and listen to what you're doing. They're not going to get up and start dancing in the middle of it. But yeah, we were talking about this before.
So you're
we
playing
came
a
in.
nice theater Sunday.
I've never been to this theater. I'm kind
Oh.
of excited. I want to see what it's about.
Oh, it's nice.
They tell me it's cool, and yeah.
I think we're going because if my wife is watching right now, she's texting me. We're going to that show.
cool.
You're going, huh,
Look,
Nancy?
make sure he shows up, okay? Don't. No, it should be fun.
Yeah,
But we were-
7:30, right?
We were talking about if you get sick of playing music. For instance, what I was saying to Jeff was that the Beatles had so many different eras that they were like playing their music is like playing the music of 5 different bands. Because
that's
there's the
cool.
really early stuff. Then they got a little bit more sophisticated. Then they got into the Revolver era, and then Pepper comes along in the psychedelic music. Then they're into hard rock, and then every step of the way, it was a different kind of music. And if you play I Want to Hold Your Hand, you turn around and play Revolution. It's like 2 completely different bands.
Yeah.
So I never get tired of playing it.
Oh,
And I
that's
think
cool.
the audience doesn't really get tired of going to Beatles shows because there's so much variety. I was saying when I played with the Monkees, after a while I got a little sick of it. I mean it's fun. But Peter Noone, on the other hand, I also played with Herman's Hermits for 6 years.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
And he also had a repertoire that really encompassed lots of things. Started out as very, being from England, kind of Liverpool-y, and then it became a little bit more sophisticated, then it became a little bit more like ballads and really crooning, because he's a great singer, he could sing. So, that was interesting. The interesting about him was that the people just kept coming, man.
For Peter
Didn't
Noone,
matter
yeah.
where we played, the first 3 rows of every theater was packed with the same people. And I used to say you would meet some of these people in the bar after the show or whatever, and I'd say, how do you people afford this? You got to fly all of the, it was amazing. I swear to you, I'm not making it up. The same people every show. One woman
Right.
said to me, well, my husband really can't stand me, so he pays to get rid of me. Which I thought was funny, but she was probably being honest.
And that's a show from a tribute band where the tickets are reasonable. I mean, I don't understand how some people, like my daughter's going to see Harry Styles.
Yeah.
I like Harry Styles. I would go see him. I looked at tickets. I'm like, I don't don't like them $1,200 worth.
Oh,
If
no.
George and John came back from the dead, I like them $10,000 worth. But
Wow.
I'm not paying that to see
Well,
Harry
you know, a
Styles.
friend of mine was talking about the Eagles show at the Sphere in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tickets were like $1,500.
No, I'm not,
Yeah.
And I love the
Same-
Eagles. And I've
Same
seen the
thing
Eagles.
for Dead and Company, which were
Sure, John Mayer and all those guys.
John May, yeah, and Bob Weir, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And people were paying like that too. I think the cheapest seat was $1,000.
Well, you know, times have changed, brother. I mean,
Could
go
I-
to the grocery store, you'll find out.
Can I tell you something that's news? Paul McCartney's playing in LA in the next few days, and you can't be from New York. You have to have an LA address. My friends in New York who follow Paul around for all those thousands of dollars, they got their plane tickets and they're waiting by the phone or the computer because they're not letting you know right away. So they booked their flight, and it's going to cost a lot. And on eBay, they're going for thousands and thousands.
Well, he's just trying to be fair. Seriously, he wants the people from California to go to the show. Because
Interesting.
people from New York.
My friend from
would fly.
Belrose, tell her that. I told her you were going to be here tonight. But
Well-
my friends are those people who they save their pensions money to just go see
Wow.
Paul all over.
That's
And
wild.
I've gone. I go to England every year, and I go to Paul's house, and I go to Abbey Road, and I see my Beatle friends who I
Oh,
met.
Portland Road, you've been there, hey?
Well, his regular house. You know, he has a house near.
Well, now, since you brought up Paul McCartney, let's talk a little bit about my connection to Paul McCartney.
Okay.
The band originally, years ago, the bass player in the band was a guy by the name of Freddie Giovanelli, who actually was the eBay guy at Sam Ash. Remember Sam Ash, the big music chain that went out of business? And he ran all the eBay stuff.
Wow.
But in 1997, 98, 99, and 2000, he worked for Paul McCartney.
Wow.
And he was like the gopher, he was the guitar tech. You know, Paul would say, "Get me a vegetarian sandwich," and Freddie would go get it. Freddie was a hell of a guy. He passed away. We love Freddie. But Freddie, when he opened his mouth, sounded exactly like Paul McCartney.
Aw.
Like young Paul McCartney. Tremendous singer, lovely person, a little crazy like all of us, but a great guy, great bass player. And yeah, that's the story. He worked for Paul.
Wow.
And now on Valentine's Day, I guess it must have been about 8 or 9 years ago, I'm getting ready to take my wife out for dinner. The phone rings. It's Freddie. Freddie, what can I do for you, man? We got to go to New York City tonight, man. McCartney's playing at Irving Plaza. I'm like, how are we going to get in there? It's only 900 seats. Don't worry about it. He was buddies with the guys in the band. And he knows Sir Paul.
Nice.
Right, yeah.
So the Wick Wickens is Paul's keyboard player, and he's
Yeah.
the musical director for the band.
Yeah.
And they're buddies. So Wick calls him up and says, "Come on down. I'm leaving 2 tickets for you at the stage door."
Wow.
So I said to him, I put the phone. I said, "He wants me to go with him to meet Paul McCartney tonight." He said, "Okay." So she says, "Yeah, we'll have Valentine's Day tomorrow." So we get to the city. We get the tickets. Literally, there's 900 people there. They got 250,000 requests for tickets. They
Oh,
only
wow.
announced the show in the afternoon. And I'm here, and Paul McCartney is where that green wall is over there. It was unbelievable. And I had never seen him. I mean, I saw the Beatles, but I hadn't seen him later.
Sure.
And he was great. He was in good voice. You know, unfortunately, in recent years, he's really not. But, I mean, the guy's 85 years old. I mean, come on.
80.
Yeah.
Give him
I,
a break.
I saw him when he was 67
Aw.
in
Yeah,
2009.
but I think he can still sing.
And he was great. But you could see, he played like 3 hours. And you
Yeah.
could see at the end
Yeah.
when he was doing the final songs at the piano that now he was showing his age. You
Well,
know?
the thing about it, too, is that he does everything in the original key.
Oh.
I mean, he's an old man singing those Beatles songs that they sang when they were in their 20s
Yeah.
in the original key. It's pretty intense.
Can I tell my story about the Irving Plaza?
Sure.
So,
Were you there?
I'll tell you what happened. My friend, the same friend, she called me up. She said, "You're going to be my lookout. Be ready. I'm going to pick you up." I didn't know where we were going. And then she drove to Irving Plaza, and she said, "You're going to watch the car. I have to go in and I have to pick the brains of the ticket girl," because she knew Paul was going to be there. And then a whole thing happened. They had to wake up early and get tags. And then the tags didn't go in order. So even though you were the first one online and waited overnight, that tag meant nothing. So you were lucky you got in that way. But
Well, the funny thing about it was that night.
So
all
you
the
didn't
people-
get in.
not that. So I saw Ringo at Irving Plaza.
That night, all the people from Saturday Night Live were there because they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, wow.
So we were hanging out with all the people from Saturday
Yeah.
Night Live.
Wow.
I mean, I was like, look at this.
That was like last year, right?
No, it was
That's
about
a
8 years
different
ago.
one. I know the one
It
you
was about
mean.
8 or 9 years ago.
Oh, all right.
Last year they had
60th.
Paul there for a party too.
Last year they did a.
Yes.
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year was the what? The
But they
60th.
all of them, I mean, I'm standing there, all standing around me.
That's so
And
cool.
I'm like, Freddie's watching the band, and I'm watching the band, and I see these people, and I'm like, dude, do you see who's hanging out? We were shoulder to shoulder with the people from Saturday Night
That's
Live.
very cool.
They
yeah.
had a special area that was roped off just for those people.
And they were probably going, "Hey, is that Joe Raffaello?"
Yeah, right. They said, who's that
Is that
guy?
Joe
Liverpool
Raffaello?
Shuffle?
They when you go
yeah.
see Paul, you see his, Linda's family. You see Scorsese. You see Seinfeld. My friend always sees them because they do the front row. My friends who are using up all their pension money.
Well,
What's
they're
going on
gonna,
with
be mighty hungry in a few years. You know.
Tell your friends about the show this Saturday night.
Definitely,
Okay, at
Where
the
is that
Bayway, Bayway Arts Center. I think we have a flyer. Can we show that flyer of the band? We're getting to the flyer. That was it. Yeah, there we
Bingo,
go.
there we go.
Okay, the Liverpool
Yeah, I think that
Shuffle.
was, on Facebook or a Newsday or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's Saturday, March 28th, 7:30 p.m. Gene DiNapoli presents. Gene DiNapoli is the coolest dude.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
He's a really cool dude that produces a lot of great music shows over at the Bayway Arts Center. And the Bayway Arts Center is near my house, so that's why.
So then I don't want to hear that you didn't
I live in
make it.
Iceland. No, I'm going to be there unless,
If you don't
I'm not
come,
gonna
I'm going to
say-
call Boomer Esiason. He's from Iceland too, you know.
yeah, East Iceland. I'm from
I'm
Iceland.
going to call him up and say,
Yeah.
yo, he didn't come.
Boomer and I go to
That
the same.
Gagootz guy ain't coming. What's going on here?
Yeah, with
So
Benny
did,
Gagootz.
did you guys discuss the whole Gagootz thing?
I did ask.
Yeah,
yes.
we did. Okay, let's talk about. Do you know what a Gagootz is?
Are you Italian?
It's an eggplant.
No. Yeah,
Close.
it's in the eggplant family.
Actually, it's a squash.
It's a squash. Yeah,
But it's about
Like-
6 feet long and it's this wide.
you could grow them very long. Yeah,
Very
there is.
thin.
I believe there's a picture of one there's actually a picture of Joey Kohler and myself holding a really abnormal Gagootz.
Well, they get 6, 8 feet long. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, you can make them grow. I like them when they're 3, 4 foot long.
And then
Very
you
Well,
cook
they
it.
taste
you cook
good.
it.
I just find it very funny that you named your TV show after a
Gagootz
squash.
That's his
Gagootz is a
name.
funny word,
Yeah.
and you'll see.
I can think of lots of funny words. You didn't name your show after that.
Okay, what would you name this show?
Some guy on Long Island.
Right now, it's a
Guy
senior
on-
citizen show.
How
that's
about a
for
guy
sure.
on Long Island talking about whatever comes into his head? How about that one?
No,
Actually,
you got a
Gagootz
lot.
sounds better.
You have a lot
He's
to
known
talk
for
about.
that.
Both
He's
of you.
known for Gagootz.
Yeah,
I've
and
known
you
what,
have a
10
lot of
years?
great
How about
stories.
Benny says?
And Helene's stories go.
He hates telling the Joan Rivers story. He goes,
Oh,
"Enough
here we,
already."
yeah. Talk about how you discovered Joan Rivers. Let's
I
hear
didn't
that
discover
bullshit.
her. You're
Come on.
funny. He says, "Do you have to always tell that same boring
Yes,
story?"
come on,
about-"
tell it. Tell
tell
it.
You
I
sold
don't
her
know.
jokes, didn't you?
I was walking down the
I've
street
never heard it.
in
So.
San Francisco, and there was a barker. This was 1979, and he was a barker in front of a comedy club, and it was the furthest thing from my mind. And he goes, "Come in, come in," and he's going, "Comedy, comedy, comedy," like a real barker. He had a leisure suit, greasy hair. So I went in. He said, "Stand on the stage," and by the time I walked out, I joined his writing class, his improv class, and his stand-up class. So Robin Williams used to be in the improv group, but then he was taken from
It's
Mork
San
and Mindy.
Francisco. This
Yes.
is all right.
He was taken from Mork and Mindy, and a lot of comics were taken. Dana Carvey, a lot of them got taken, but Robin had an improv group, so one of his improv troupe members was my teacher, and then this guy said, "You could send jokes to anyone who you like. We'll go to the library. It's a place where there are books." I have a joke about it on my comedy because people.
So you do stand up?
So I got the book, and you
Wow.
write to her manager, and you say, "What do you need jokes for?" Because he told me who buys jokes. He said Joan Rivers is hosting for Johnny Carson. She needs jokes because he knew that because he did it too. And I got a pink envelope, and it said, "Here's the subjects." So I had a typing job then. So I just sat, and electric typewriters started coming into fashion, so it wasn't so hard to plug.
Notice how it got faster?
It
yeah,
got
wow.
faster, and I just
That's
sat at
very
my lunch
good.
hour.
Yeah, First
Oh,
you were
and
clomping, and then you got electric. Your fingers just.
And
went
I had
electric.
her album, so I'd just listen to the album, and I would think like her after a while. And then just started sending jokes. So she told my joke on Johnny Carson, then she told another one, and we used to watch. My friend and I, who did the writing in the class, we'd watch it every night, and there she was saying that joke. We put our VHS in, and we taped it, and we have it on tape. And nobody laughed, so I tell this on stage. So I said, I bombed on Johnny Carson, and that's why 40 years later I'm in front of you tonight in this basement.
Gotcha.
What's
But-
going on with your class? You're offering a class for
Can I ask you
comedians
what
now?
the joke was?
Sure, and you're not going to laugh. So she said it's
I might
income
laugh.
tax day, and my accountant's dancing around the office singing, let's get fiscal, like fiscal year. So nobody laughed just like that. And then another joke that I have on tape.
What's the
so-
punchline?
That's it, let's get
Let's
fiscal.
get fiscal.
Like,
instead
let's
of
get physical.
Physical. Physical.
And the Simpsons have a tax. They had the same idea. They didn't steal it from me, and it says, "Let's get fiscal accounting service," on the Simpsons. book.
Okay, so anyway,
So then
the other joke.
the other joke is, in Los Angeles, every marriage ends in divorce statistically. So I put my money in the Infidelity Savings Bank, and more people laugh at that
Well,
one.
that was
I like that one.
that was funny, humorous.
But I made it
Where am I?
into.
What's going on with your class, Elaine? You and Linda are offering a class on
Yeah,
how to develop an
Right.
audience.
Yeah, like get fans. Like you have fans for your band.
In the summertime when I'm hot, yeah. I told you.
So instead
Well, that
of
was
just
equal to fiscal.
Yeah,
Don't you
right.
think?
Yeah.
no, that was
And I made it up right on the spot.
We'll see you
Wow.
Friday night at the open mic.
How much
Yeah, but
Genius.
Joan Rivers didn't buy it.
Joan Rivers is dead.
How
You
much
can't
did she
buy
pay you?
anything.
well. You have to know it was 40 years ago, and she needed new jokes for a monologue every single night.
Okay, just
$10, but Rodney Dangerfield could buy a joke for 50, but he used it for the whole year when he toured. So I'm defending the $10. Plus, it wasn't about the money, but I defend
Yes,
that
okay.
when they go $10. But when she died, I have a joke. She's dead now. Oh, you signed a 6-page contract that you'll never utter any of the jokes, and those two I utter because she said it on TV. But the other ones, I sold them to her. They're probably in her little drawer. So it's a joke. My brother says she's dead now. You could tell the other 8 jokes, and I go, but her lawyer's not dead. See, he laughed.
So what's going on with this class? You're
So
trying
the
to teach
class
people.
is for having fans instead of, I have to bring people like Charlie Bouquet's show. I have to bring 3 people. I have to bring 8 people. But what if you had fans? What if you thought in terms of people want to see me, and how could I develop fans? So we had speakers. I could tell you some of the comics like Joe Pontillo spoke, and Todd Montesi. We had people who have a fan base speak in the class, and it was a good class.
you probably get 3 or 4 fans just watching the Gagootz show. I mean,
You have fans.
Jeff Goldberg, he never
I'm
watched
watching
it
the show tonight.
yeah, he's gonna watch the show, but he'll never watch it again after that.
Well, you know
son
what,
of a bitch.
Jeff, when I have
I'm the
Beatle
comedy
news-
relief tonight.
I figured that out.
Whenever I have Beatle news, I think of Jeff. I say Jeff will want to know this, especially if it's about Paul. Like I get Beatle stuff all day long because I have a Beatle room. And
Well, he walked in before and saw me, and he knew who I was before I even.
see, and
I
I
was
We're
like-
friends on Facebook, and I've seen his band more than
And
once.
oh,
How many times?
I've probably seen that band 4 or 5 times at least.
Awesome.
Aw.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 or 5
Thank
The
you.
times.
networking group that I belong to had his band at a networking function
wow.
20
15,
years ago.
20 years ago. Where was it? The Venetian?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Right
I
on the
walked
water.
in, and it's just
That's
it's a networking
great.
group
No,
I belong
and-
to, I'm like, oh my god, a Beatles band.
So
And then they were good.
So this is the gig. You got to see this show Saturday. People, you have to go there to Bayway Art Center is an awesome theater. I've seen a lot of shows there. The last show I saw
Tight shot on Benny.
the last show I saw there was the Jackie Mason musical,
Oh.
which was really cool. It was very cool.
Did you ever
And-
see Jackie Mason?
No,
Yes.
Saw
but
him
I
on Broadway.
Yeah,
met his
sir.
daughter.
What a great
Tremendous.
show. The
His
world,
his daughter does the show.
I was laughing
She
like we were
amazing.
laughing
The
so
world
hard that
according to me, right?
we felt like we were going to die. It was
Yeah.
hysterical.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sure.
it was brilliant. It was
I'm
just,
sure.
It was
But
a tour de
I saw
force.
that. I've seen the Duprees there. I've seen a lot of bands. I've seen different Christmas shows, different shows, and I'm gonna go see this Beatles show.
You keep saying that. I'm gonna be scanning the audience. I'm gonna bring my binoculars, man. I'm gonna go. Where's Benny?
Go up to the
All right,
front.
listen, I'll make a deal. If 4 people watching this show go there, I'll definitely be there.
If
No,
not,
okay, I'm gonna be there.
well,
I have nothing else to do.
I think
on
we
Saturday.
already sold more than 4 tickets, so I guess you're gonna have to show up then.
No, I'm saying 4 people who watch this show.
Oh, this show.
yeah.
How are we going to know?
Yeah, well, you never will. Yeah.
Text Benny right now if you're coming to the Beatles show.
4 people are watching right now, I think, and
Okay.
one just there's 4 and 1.
How can you tell?
Top right.
Oh, one thumb. We got a thumbs up.
Wow.
Here's 2 right back to you. There you go. Yes, Helene's very good to me. She's always letting me know Beatles stuff.
That's good.
Helene
You know
invited
I'm
me to
teasing
see
with
the-
you. You know that, right?
Oh, well, the Joan Rivers, you said enough already. Because every time I get interviewed,
Every
they
time
ask
I
me-
see you on any show, you're talking about the Joan Rivers thing. It's
oh,
okay.
I get
It's your
introduced
thing.
that
It's
way.
your
no,
thing. I get
get
it.
introduced like that.
Listen, I
then I
met
told the joke.
I met Moon Unit Zappa
Oh,
like 2 years ago,
wow.
and I fell
she
in
on the
love with
show?
her. I fell
She
what?
was on the show.
No, I wish. I met her at. She wrote a book called Earth to Moon, and it's about your family life and everything, you know. So at the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington, right? They did a thing where for a certain amount, whatever, say $50, you got the book. She was going to be there, and then she wanted everyone to watch her favorite movie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Aw.
So you watch the movie, and then Moon talked to everyone, and then she went into another room where they played piano, and she signed so you got a copy of the book, right? Within the price that you paid. So you got a book. There was a little post-it, and it said to write what you want,
Right.
what you want her to describe. So when I met her, it's a thing with me, a mechanism. I like to have to make people laugh. Right? So the minute and it hit me everything. What I was going to have her write on here and everything. So when I finally got up to her, I says, I've been waiting your whole life for this. I told her, I said, I've been waiting your whole life. And she left. She did stand up. Now, she's a writer now. But,
Why were you waiting your whole life to meet Moon? You were a fan of her father, right?
I'm a fan of her father, but Moon is really cool. Just when I met her, that's what I said. I said, I've been waiting your whole life to make her laugh. And then I told her the story that, you think Moon, you wrote in the book that Moon is such an odd name. I said, how about people call you Benny? For 5-6 years, people are calling you Benny. And then when you're in first grade, you have to write your name, and your name is not Benny. On your birth certificate, your name is Pellegrino.
Oh.
Pellegrino was my name.
So you're very
But
bubbly.
they call me, and I have Uncle Benny's, both of my grandfathers were Benny. My mother says I was named after my father's father, Benny, but I was actually named after both of them, Benny. And they both, Pellegrino is on the birth certificate,
That's so
is Pellegrino,
cool.
but they call San Pellegrino, the saint of sparkling water, is somehow connected to the town in
To your
Sicily.
family, yeah.
Town in Sicily,
What town
I
in
guess
Sicily, while we're on the subject?
Gotabalota. It's called Gotabalota. It's very close to Corleone. So, and
had
if
that
you
for
ever
lunch.
saw, if you ever saw the what?
I had that for lunch.
Oh, Corleone.
No, Gotabalota, whatever.
Gotabalota. Yeah.
It's
We're
delicious.
making the best of ricotta.
Yeah, with
That's
gabagool.
cool to have
Gotabalota. Yeah,
Pellegrino
we
as your
gabagool.
name.
So
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
Do you want to talk about something funny? That's funny.
Nah,
what, the
comedians don't want to do
gabagool
that.
Yeah,
show?
the Italian language that was created by Brooklyn.
Gabagool.
So you want me to call it the gabagool show?
Well, it's Capicola.
Right.
If
Yeah,
you talk to
Capicola.
somebody in Italy,
You're right.
when you say gabagool, they look at you like you're nuts.
Well, the same thing. Biscotta is a cookie. People say biscotti.
Yeah.
It's not
Well, the
biscotti.
thing about the Brooklynites Italians is they drop the last syllable.
How about
Yeah.
It's
mozzarella?
prosciutto.
We
No,
say
it's
mozzarella.
prosciutto.
Jewish people say mozzarella, and you go, it's mozzarella.
You know what? It is mozzarella. That's the way it's pronounced in Italy.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
mozzarella.
Yeah. Some of them say mozzarella, but it's not mozzarella. I guarantee you that much.
It's mozzarella.
Well, my daughter went to college for a semester in Tuscany,
Oh, nice.
and
Nice.
she didn't. I mean, she's not a Brooklynite, but she was familiar. Anybody who's Italian in the tri-state area knows the Brooklynite lingo, and so she would, as a joke, she would talk to the Italians there in that language, And then she said, Dad, they looked at me like I had 7 heads. The big winner in the contest was gabagool.
Right.
She said, do you ever have a gabagool sandwich? And the guy was, gabagool, what's this gabagool? They had no idea what she was talking about.
Did she
No.
say to them? Didn't she say? Didn't you ever watch The Sopranos?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
The Godfather. No, I don't think they watched that. Well, my father was from a town in Sicily called Vittoria.
Okay,
And
nice.
he used to say that there was 300 people, including the chickens, the pigs, and the horses. So my daughter and I, a couple of years ago, decided she got invited to a wedding in Tuscany. And she needed an escort because my son-in-law was going to stay home and watch the kid. And he'd been to Italy 3 times already, so it was too much of a pain. So my daughter calls me up and goes, I want you to escort me to this wedding in Tuscany. I said, really? She said, yeah, and I'm paying. I said, I'm coming.
Yeah.
So we went to the wedding. Then we went to Rome, and then we decided we're going to go find Grandpa where he's from. So we fly to Sicily. Let me tell you about this trip. You think you got climate change in the United States? You don't know. It was 125 degrees. The airport in Taormina, which is where we wanted to go, because we wanted to go, I'm a scuba diver, we wanted to go in the ocean,
Oh, nice.
was on fire.
Oh, wow.
So we had to fly to Palermo and drive across Sicily to get to where we wanted to go.
Wow.
It was nuts. I mean, there were spontaneous fires on the side of the road. I'm driving down the highway,
Wow.
and I see flames coming out of the bushes. And we actually asked somebody about it, and they said, "Yeah, man, it's like the last couple of years, it got so
'Cause it's so
hot
hot?
here, it just starts. Fires just
Wow.
start."
And how long ago was this?
Yeah, about 3 years.
Wow.
I was in
Oh.
Rome 2 years ago, and it was brutally hot. Just
Yeah, and
brutal.
you know, Italy gets hot.
In
People
August.
don't realize that Italy is not a temperate country, even though it's on the same parallel as New York. They don't get snow there. I mean, a snowstorm in Rome would be like, oh no, it must be the end.
Right.
It doesn't. That's not the way it is. It's usually pretty warm. But if you go in August, early September, it's like, it's hot, very hot. In Sicily, it was like, oh my God.
And my family is from Cotabalota, as I told you, which is up in the mountains. And my mother, my mom was from there. She told me that it was very cold in the winter up because they were
In the
so
mountains.
high up in the
Sure.
mountains.
Well, the other weird thing I found out about Sicily, well, I kind of found out while my grandfather Joe left. It's beautiful in certain spots. And in certain places, you don't want to be there. And we were driving, and I'm going through a little town, and I'm like, what is this all about? All the garbage is thrown out on the front lawn. Tires, old furniture, bags of garbage, bottles. I'm like, what's going on here? So again, I asked him, a native, I said, what's that all about? And he said, well, they only collect the garbage once a month up there.
Oh, wow.
So they just throw it out in the street because what are you going to do? Leave the garbage in the house?
That's a
for
very
what?
Italian thing.
Wow.
Hey, you're not going to take the garbage. I'm going to throw in the street.
The other thing I found
Fungal.
out, the other thing I found out about Sicily was the wine there was great.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
My mother
winery.
smuggled wine. One of her trips there, she smuggled back a gallon of wine in 4 bottles.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, 4 smuggled.
Well, we found my daughter.
You can't do that anymore.
No.
This was
My daughter
40
decided
years
she
ago.
found this winery. It was called Donna Fagata, which just that alone is enough. The name is great. But we went and we tried the wine. It was fantastic, and we did a food tasting there. I mean, it was like a piece of Rome in Sicily. You know what I mean?
yeah, and their wine is different. They don't put
Very-
sugar or
Very different.
their wine is the vino. Or their wine is strong.
I
Their
wouldn't
wine
know.
will knock
I
you
don't
on
drink
your.
wine.
Aren't Sicilians called, like, don't people tease Sicilians? Aren't they the people that people pick on? Like, oh,
Sure.
it figures you're Sicilian.
Yes, for a lot of
Like-
reasons.
Like
Yeah,
Polak, it's like
Well,
saying
because of the
Polak.
mafia and because of, you should go watch The Godfather, a bunch of hillbillies walking around with rifles on their shoulder, which, by the way, still goes on there.
Yeah,
But the funny thing about Sicily is
you
all
don't
this-
know who's a hunter and who's a mafioso.
True. The funny thing about the Sicilians is everybody dumps on them, particularly the people from the actual boot.
Yeah,
They treat the Sicilians like this, the blonde stepson.
Yeah.
But if you read, and I read, Sicily had their own culture and a whole civilization.
They
A
wanted to
1,000
be.
years ago,
they wanted
didn't
to
want
be their
nothing,
own,
They
yeah.
didn't want anything to do with Italy, and now the Italians are laughing at them, and they're laughing at the Italians.
They forced the Italian language on the Sicilians.
Exactly.
Sicilians spoke a dialect of, and in The Godfather, both godfathers, they speak the dialect in it because a lot of those words
Yes.
are not.
You're absolutely right.
Did you guys see the show about the making of The Godfather recently?
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Not recently, but
I'd like
I've
to
seen
see
it.
it.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah,
what it was
what
called.
that?
It's amazing.
Mini
The
series.
thing about the
Yeah.
Sicilians is they got a chip on their shoulder.
It's terrific.
Why do they have a chip on their shoulder? Because they were invaded 45 times. People don't know this stuff. The funny thing is, I had to explain to my accountant where the word mafia came from. Do you know where the word mafia came from? Do you know what it means,
No.
mafia? Mafia in Sicilian means my daughter. And you might say, what the hell's that got to do with anything? Let me tell you. The French at one time were occupying Sicily.
This
Okay.
story I know.
And the Sicilians, with the rifles and the whole bit, they're very strong-willed people. And the French decided, let's show these guys who the boss is, now that we're here. So, on the weekend, there was a wedding going on in a local church. And the French went into the church. They shot the groom on the altar, killed him in front of the whole town, because the whole town shows up for a wedding. And then proceeded to rape the bride on the altar, in front of the priest, the whole town.
What year are we talking about now?
This is a long time ago. Very long time.
This is.
That's
You ever
the-
see
150 years
Brave,
ago,
you ever
maybe?
see the movie Braveheart?
Of course.
Remember they did the same thing.
Yeah.
The English did it. Well, the French tried to do it
I
to the
see. Okay.
Sicilians.
So now you might
Gotcha.
say, well, what does that have to do with my daughter? Well, I'll tell you what. At night, when the French lieutenants, generals, whatever they are, the sergeants, the higher ups in the occupying force, are sleeping, they would sneak into their room, in through the window, and they would wake them up and go mafia, and they would cut their throats.
Ah,
My
daughter.
daughter.
Oh, I get it.
And that's how.
Wow.
But you see now in Sicily, that was a very patriotic thing. But when it came to this country, it got perverted because my father and his family came and they lived on the Lower East Side. They were trying to protect the mafia that came here. Were trying to protect themselves from the Irish cops and everybody that was here before them that was crapping all over the
And
Italians.
they were trying to help the Italians. They're good.
And then it
good
gets
mafia.
perverted because they figured out, hey, we can make a lot of money doing this.
But originally, yeah, it was.
That's the original.
And there's
reason.
another part of your story is the Sicilians went after the French who tried to take over in Sicily.
Correct.
And they learned a word. There's the garbanzo bean is called a chichi.
Chichi, yeah.
Chichi bean, right? The French pronounce it differently. So the French were now scared and they were running and trying to act like they were Sicilians. So the Sicilians would capture them and write this on a wall outside
Make
because
them say it?
the houses are made of stone and make them pronounce it. And they pronounced it differently. And Cicero, yeah, like Cicero or something.
Does this have
And
to
they
do
say-
with that movie, The Gangs of New
New
York,
York?
No,
with
that
the
was-
Irish
no.
and the Italians?
That
No,
was, that was in the 1890s. That was long before. But you know what? Look at even the world of today. Every group of immigrants that comes here, the people that are here already crap on them. In the 1960s, the Puerto Ricans came to New York. Everybody hated the Puerto Ricans, right?
Yeah.
Then the Koreans came. Everybody hated the Koreans. Then the Haitians came, and everybody hated the Haitians. That's
And
the way it is.
when the aliens from another planet come,
They're gonna hate them too.
we're gonna hate them. But the only people that are gonna be able to communicate with them are Italians, because we're gonna be like, hey, oh, hey, okay, and they'll know. They're just, and that's how we're gonna get some Gindaloons to.
Oh my
communicate.
God! A
It's not a bad word, Gindaloon. Just like Mama Luke. My aunt says Mama Luke doesn't really mean anything.
You know,
There's a question I never got the answer to before.
I would say that 2/3 of the audience right now is sitting there going, "What are these guys talking about?"
Oh, well, we went up to 5. We got
Woohoo!
5 people.
Well, we got
Woo!
all the Italians
All right.
and Massapequa.
I'd like to
now
hear from
watching us on
everybody.
TV.
Listen, we have a video. Let's go
can I
to
just ask
video.
a quick question
Yeah,
first?
quick
He never
question.
What's
asked us
everybody's favorite Beatles song? I know Helene's a huge fan. And what's your favorite?
And your bird can sing.
Awesome. Helene?
I have a few, so go to Benny.
Benny?
Well, I have a few too, obviously.
Yeah, I have a
But yeah,
few.
one
beautiful
desert
one.
island song. You can only listen to this song for the rest of your life. It's
Oh,
gotta be a
For the
Beatles
rest
song.
of my life. Hey, Jude.
Good one.
I'm tired of those. I like Thank You Girl and Please Please Me and the early stuff with the harmony. And I listen to Sirius FM coming here all the time.
I got.
Oh, yeah,
I
they have a
mean,
Beatles channel.
I must have. Come
Well,
on.
I love them all, but for me, it's
Not
I
a
saw
second
her
time.
standing there. That's my
All right.
Oh, it's great.
Not a second time.
I saw her
From
standing
With the
there.
Beatles, the Lennon song. Okay,
I got you.
that's a great tune.
You were going to show a video?
What? We're going to show a video.
You like a
another
song that
video
was
of
so
How about
overplayed that
of
you
the
find
Liverpool-
I mean, it goes on and on.
the
Norwegian
Liverpool
Wood could be-
Liverpool Shuffle.
Oh, who were
There
they?
we go. Yeah, the Liverpool Shuffle.
Awesome.
You want to
Awesome.
see them this Saturday night?
Thank you.
East Islip, the Bayway Arts Center, right off of Main Street, Montauk Highway in East Islip. Very easy to get to. You can actually get on the Southern State Parkway and take it all the way to the end. And when you go all the way to the end to Montauk Highway 27A, and then go
Just
a
remember,
little
Ben,
west.
you can get there from anywhere.
How do you get tickets, Joe?
You can get it.
How do you get tickets? You know, I don't know. Actually, if you go to the Liverpool Shuffle website, which is very hard to remember, theliverpoolshuffle.com, there's a calendar. And the calendar for all the dates, and on that particular date, March 28th, you'll see the link. That'll take you right to the box
Cool.
office.
Or you can also call the Bayway
Yeah, I was
Arts
going to
Center.
say, you know, Gene asked me to say also, if you don't want to purchase an advance ticket, walk-ins are welcome.
You're
could just-
welcome. And
you
it's-
could just show up there and walk in and pay.
And it's the same price. It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some,
that's true.
some venues you have to
Right.
buy the ticket in advance. No, it's the
Extra
same
dessert, yeah.
price. And let me tell you, you will love it.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be a great show. You've seen them 4 times.
Several times,
4 or
yes.
5.
They're terrific.
They're
Thank
great.
you. Thank
And
you.
you and Helene, you're gonna.
Unfortunately, I have to be somewhere else
No,
that
you
night,
don't.
but I'm
Come
gonna
on.
go. I'm gonna go see you. I
You have a
promise.
couple of shows coming up too. Let's show those flyers real quick before we go.
Thank you.
Let's see what we got. You got
That's
this show.
Astoria for the Greek people.
Cool.
Astoria. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. They love me in Astoria.
Do they?
Yeah.
They
I
love
could
Helene
get-
wherever she
They
goes.
like my Sicilian jokes over there.
That's
Well, you know,
me.
That's
Greek-
Helene
Very-
with Paul
When I'm
McCartney.
18 years old,
Far out.
Wow. 18.
skinny and young.
Like 15 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
That's
With
John,
John-
singing every time I hear a newborn baby cry. And he gave me that pin when I said I'm going home now, he gave me the pin. Of course,
Very
I lost
nice.
it
Amazing.
You know, I think I've seen that picture.
on Facebook. I probably friended you knowing
I
me.
didn't even know. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. Wow.
Yeah, that's cool. And so where can people find you?
Thank you.
have a website? You have
Yeah, I do. HeleneWoodComedy.com.
Cool. HeleneWoodComedy.com. What you other than besides this band, you have you do your own stuff.
Well, I am a songwriter, yeah, and a composer. I've got
Cool.
agents in Nashville and Los Angeles and New York area, and
Amazing.
Okay.
Wow.
And all right, we got to go. Jeff and I have nothing going on because
Doesn't
nobody
Jeff
likes
have
us.
actually, if you want to hear my songs, you can go to joerufano.com.
There you go.
JoeRufano.com. We will. Thank you all for watching. I want to thank our guests, Joe Rufano, Helene Witt,
A lot of fun.
and
Helene Witt.
what's your name again?
Jeff
Jeff Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Thank you. I'm Benny Rizzuti. Thank you for watching. Take care now.